the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation is represented by Attorney Jessa Maris Fernandez, Attorney Jeremy Luglog, together with retired General Raul Villanueva, Mr. Michael Joseph Bailey, Attorney Jason Alba. From the Department of Information and Communication Technology, represented by Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is represented by Deputy Governor Mamerto Tangunan, Attorney Roberto Figueroa, together with Attorney Charina de Vera Yap. Securities and Exchange Commission is represented by Attorney Romary Abrazaldo, Attorney Ramon B. Launio, together with Attorney Abigail Shikina Tria. Philippine National Police is represented by Acting Director, Police Brigadier General Bernard Yang, together with Police Colonel Richmond Tadina, Police Colonel Restituto Pangusban, Police Colonel R.V. Paraon Bueno. From online platforms and advertising, we have the Head of Public Policy of TikTok Private Limited, Attorney Ibs Gonzalez, together with Enriquito Cruz, Mr. Hope Ping Chin. Google Philippines is virtually represented by the Government Affairs and Public Policy Head, Ms. Arian Santoso. She's online. And Ms. Putri Alam, Director for Government Affairs and Public Policy of Google, together with the Attorney Juan Paulo M. Archaga as observer, who's physically present. From the Ad Standard Council, we have Roby Aligada, together with Mr. Miko David. From Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, Commissioner Kenneth Doremdes, good morning, together with Attorney Abraham Calnea and Attorney Paul Isaac Santo Domingo. Digital Pinoys, we have the national campaigner, Mr. Ronald Gustilo, together with Jasania Nicosha. GCash is represented by Attorney Gilbert Iscoto, Attorney Mark Anthony Amorao, together with Mr. Ramon Mata and Mr. Franco Sarmiento. Paymaya Philippines Incorporated is represented by Mr. Tofrada, together with Ms. Nick Wilwaiko and Attorney Lorenzo Matibag. From our health advocate, Bridges of Hope is represented by Mr. Dean Calleja. That's NBI is represented by Agent John Mark Calilong. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Comsec. Before we proceed, I would just like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Risa Ontiveros.
Morning, Chair.
Good morning. Thank you. Now, may I ask all resource persons, Comsec, who have not yet taken their oath to please rise. The committee secretary is hereby directed to administer the oath.
Sorry. May I request all the resource persons who have not taken their oath during the August 14 public hearing, including those who are virtually present, Google Philippines, to please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before these committees? Yes. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I would like to know if the gambling operators are duly represented also in this hearing. I have not heard any as mentioned by the Secretary.
Committee secretary.
For today's agenda, I believe e-wallets is the primary agenda, Mr. Chair.
Not the gambling operators? They're the subject matter of this hearing. Why is it that...
Mr. Let me answer that, Comsec. The reason why we didn't invite the gambling operators because our focus last week, last hearing, it was merely on the e-wallets. That's why. And we have scheduled their appearance on the next hearing, probably next week.
Okay, but Mr. Chair, my only concern is they're supposed to be the principal players. They're the ones, they're the subject matter of this hearing, considering that the social dislocation, the social costs, as we term, even economic dislocations, even, I think, financial distress, and other negative contributions that the gambling operators and platforms wrote or manifest into our society is quite alarming, and that's the reason why these proposed measures are being considered. Either we strictly regulate them or we totally ban them. So I am just concerned why they are not invited. Anyway, if they are invited to the next hearing, there's no problem, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta. And that's the reason why, because we want to focus. Because if we invite them, it will be a waste of time. I mean, inviting everybody, like what happened last time during our first hearing. We invited almost all agencies and representatives of the gaming platforms, but they weren't questioned. They weren't able to give a briefing before this Senate. So we really scheduled that on the next hearing they will be here. Thank you. Anyway, as in, for the record, the committee held its first hearing on the subject matter on August 14, 2025. In summary, our discussions focused on the regulatory framework, the roles of PAGCOR and other government agencies on the enforcement of rules and regulations, such as on the inability to fully regulate the activities of Philippine inland gaming operators or PIGOs, the lack of sufficient safeguards to prohibit minors from online gambling, and how developments in technology have outspaced enforcement, like illegal online platforms, keep on sprouting and not immediately detected or cut off. The continued presence of illegal online gambling operators, that's another problem. The social harms of online gambling and the critical role of e-wallets in facilitating gambling payments. We also directed several agencies to take action, specifically PAGCOR was tasked to submit the list of online gambling operators, which had complied on August 21st, 2025. BSP was directed until August 17 to order e-wallets to cut links to gambling platforms. We now seek updates on these directives. We'll start with PAGCOR.
Your Honor, with regard to the submitted list, meron lang po kaming isang ni-revoke na lisensya noong August 28, 2025. Ito po yung lisensya ng One Visaya Corporation. We will submit po the updated list today, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you also working right now, PAGCOR, doon po sa mga gambling operators na illegally not registered with you? Where are we on this?
Mr. Chair, actually po, meron na po kami ngayon na ilo-launch na isang AI tool kung saan per second po, nakaka-detect po ito ng mga illegal gambling websites. And nakikipag-ugnayan din po kami sa CICC, NTC, and DICT para naman po mabilis din po ang pagbablock dito sa mga websites na ito. So aside po sa, kasi po dati manually po natin or through reports po ng licensees, concerned players or concerned citizen po namin nakikita or through our illegal monitoring team na monitor itong mga illegal websites. Ngayon po, sa tulong din po ng AI-powered tool, na monitor po namin yung mga illegal gambling websites and through the help of CICC, NTC, and DICT, magkakaroon po kami ng agreement para po mas mabilis po nilang mabablock itong mga websites po na ito.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Senator.
I just noticed that PAGCOR Chair Tenko is not around. Sorry if I missed it earlier, but bakit po wala dito si Commissioner Tenko, Mr. Chair?
Let me answer that, Senator Ontiveros. He wrote me a letter that he will be attending. This was due. I think he was invited as a resource person in an ASEAN country. So, and at the same time, it's kind of like a seminar.
And Mr. Chair, we assume that that particular event is more important than our hearing today.
That's why he asked that he be represented by his officer, Attorney Fernandez. And
Yes,
he said
by,
he's capable of answering questions, Senator Marcoleta.
By asking Mr. Chair that he be represented by several people here, we assume that that event that he went to is more important than our hearing today.
I'm not very sure, Senator, but he officially asked for permission. So we gave the permission, and he would be back. And definitely by the next hearing next week, he will be here. What he told me was that he will be represented by officials of PAGCOR who will be able to answer our questions.
And
In
we
that
will
case,
assume,
Mr. Chair, I'll reserve my questions for Attorney Jessa Maris.
Thank you.
we
Mr.
will
Chair.
assume further, Mr. Chair, that the representatives are all in a position to bind their principal. They can answer questions that are directed to him.
I believe so, Senator Marcoleta. That
Can-
was I was informed. I was told by PAGCOR Chair before he left yesterday.
That he can be bound by his representatives.
That PAGCOR can answer. Thank you. Anyway, let's go now to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Was directed until August 17 to order e-wallets to cut links to gambling platforms. Now,
Mr. Chair?
Yes,
Before we leave PAGCOR, may I propound my questions now to Attorney Fernandez?
we can come back.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator Risa.
All right, Mr.
We'll,
Chair.
we'll just go. We're asking right now for an update on our directive last meeting, our hearing, to remove from e-wallets the links to gambling platforms. What is the status on this, BSP?
Good morning, Your Honor. So, as of end of day of August 16, all the Bangko Sentral supervised institutions have complied. That includes 38 non-bank electronic money issuers, or commonly referred to as e-wallets. And we have verified that the links no longer exist, nor they are working already, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
Just to follow up, Mr. Tangonan, all the links have been severed?
Yes, Your Honor. So all links have been taken down, and where they were not taken down, but they were not working, meaning if you click the link, it will not proceed to any site.
By all links, if you click them, will not proceed.
Correct.
Ibig niyong sabihin, wala na sa loob
Yeah.
ng mga e-wallets yung gambling platform links.
Yes, it's the compliance of others is the icons no longer appear. The others, the form of compliance is that when you prior to removal of the icons, when you link them, it's a broken link, so it just leads to a notice that all links have been disabled.
But you do know, sir, the Bangko Sentral knows na pwede pa ring mag-cash in at mag-cash out sa pamamagitan ng mga e-wallets for purposes of gambling on online gambling platforms. Alam nyo naman po yun, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. So
I will
we
pursue that later also, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Kasi hindi, ibig sabihin po, sir, hindi pa nasusunod talaga yung utos ng komite.
Your Honor, the order we issued to the supervised institutions is to remove the in-app links. Now, with regards to the basic payment services, that's because that is the online gambling operators, as far as they're licensed, they're considered legitimate entities, and so the purpose for which the the top-ups are being used is for a legitimate purpose, and therefore there's no basis to deny that service, Your Honor.
I'll pursue that later, sir, and Mr. Chair, dahil bagamat legitimate purpose na sinasabi, but is it a beneficial purpose? O purpose po ba siya na may harms din? In which case, I would, as a member of the committee, still like to pursue yung utos ng komite na putulin talaga yung link between the online gambling platforms at saka yung mga e-wallet. Salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Risa. For today, the committee will tackle on what was left behind in the previous hearing. We will focus on the following. First, lapses in the regulatory framework. Bakit patuloy po na lumaganap ang online gambling kahit na may mga batas laban dito? Okay, na magkukontrol sa mga ito. Bakit nakakalusot? Even the illegal sites, yun po yung problema natin. Kasi nababantayan nga po ninyo para patuloy na umuusbong ang mga illegal online gambling sites. Pangalawa po, the role of e-wallets, advertisements, and digital platforms. We will tackle that. Paano po nakaka-apekto ang aggressive advertising sa e-wallets and digital platforms sa kabataan at vulnerable sectors? Nakikita po natin sa social media, ipinangangalandakan pa, ipinagmamayabang na yung kanyang puhunan, 1,000 o 500 piso, nakakuha siya ng 15,000, para nag-iinganyo pa, which is, I believe, is not tama po. Kasi iniinganyo mo yung mga tao na hindi marunong magsusugal ngayon sa konteng pera na meron sila. Third, failure of law enforcement. Despite the laws banning it, why has enforcement remained weak? Lalo na po doon sa mga illegal gambling po. Yan ho tayo nagiging problema. I hope we can tackle these issues topic by topic to ensure we remain productive at para naman hindi tayo nagkakalituhan. To keep our discussions orderly and focused, we will take up issues one at a time. Resource person will present first, followed by questions from the chair. And then thereafter, each senator will be given up to 10 minutes to raise question in order of their arrival. So I guess it's Senator Marcoleta followed by Senator Risa Ontiveros who will ask questions. Senators who have not yet given their opening statement may do so before asking their questions. So for today's order presentation, BSP will present first, followed by representatives from the e-wallet providers, digital platforms, and advertising sector. If time permits, we shall also hear from the DICT and our law enforcement agencies. PAGCOR may be asked from time to make clarification as discussion progress or any of our resource persons. Okay, you have 8 minutes for these agencies to make your presentation. Please limit it to 8 minutes. Please keep it brief and straightforward. Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chair, will we also hear from the health advocates like Bridges of Hope?
Of course,
Thank you,
we
Mr.
will give them time. All right, so 8 minutes po. We will give you 8 minutes to make your presentation. We're starting with BSP, e-wallets, and then online gambling platforms, social media, Advertising Standard Council, DICT, law enforcement agencies. Before I proceed, I notice we have the representative from the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Am I correct, sir?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Good morning.
So you're the commissioner of the MPBL.
Yes po. Yes po.
And I was informed by former Senator Manny Pacquiao that the 1xBet is no longer your advertiser or sponsor in your league. Is this correct?
Yes, correct, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I'll be back with you later. So, Banco Central, are you ready to make your presentation? Please make it brief and short, like around 8 minutes, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. So thank you for the opportunity to address the critical issue of online gambling regulation. Unregulated online gambling presents significant risks, including increased rates of addiction, exposure to fraud, exploitation of vulnerable populations, and the facilitation of illicit financial activities such as money laundering. Additionally, the absence of regulation undermines consumer protections and leads to substantial losses in potential tax revenue. To safeguard public welfare and maintain market integrity, regulation should focus on the following key areas. First is the consumer protection and responsible gambling frameworks to prevent addiction and support affected individuals. Second, robust age and identity verification systems to prevent underage and unauthorized access. Third, fair gaming standards and transparency to ensure trust in the system. And fourth, anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing protocols. And fifth, clear licensing requirements and oversight mechanisms to ensure operator accountability. Comprehensive regulation is not about restricting access. It's about ensuring that access is safe, fair, and accountable. We urge the committee to prioritize these issues in any forthcoming legislative framework. Thank you very much.
Are you done with your
Yes,
presentation?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Senator Antiveros, you had questions earlier for Bangko Sentral. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. A couple more questions sa ngayon, Mr. Tangonan. Nakatanggap po kami ng reklamo sa opisina ko na kahit daw unregistered, illegal online gambling, yung apps at websites nila pwedeng gumamit ng e-wallet, yung sinimulan po nating pag-usapan kanina, at pwedeng gumamit ng online banking para mag-cash in o kaya mag-cash out. How is this possible, sir?
Mr. Chair, the one modality or typology that is being used is through the use of mule accounts, Mr. Chair. So what we do is we pursue these mule accounts and we direct the Bangko Sentral supervised institution concerned to look into the account and close the account if warranted. And of course, we direct the institution to apply the necessary safeguards and the fraud management systems so that they can better detect similar cases in the future. So, of course, Your Honor, it follows that when those directives are not followed, there would be corresponding sanctions, Mr. Chair.
But of course, sir, Mr. Chair, mga corrective measures na ito, wala bang regulasyon at the outset, regulasyon sa mga payment system na bawal dapat mag-transact sa mga illegal online platforms?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We require the Bangko Sentral supervised institutions to practice stringent know your customer, know your merchant measures in order to ensure that only legitimate entities are given access to the financial system, Mr. Chair. But as we know, sometimes even individuals, Mr. Chair, they either sell or rent their accounts to other parties not known to the financial institution. And therefore, thanks to both houses of Congress, we have the Anti-Financial Accounts Scamming Act now, which enables us to run after mule accounts, Mr. Chair.
And I suppose, sir, Mr. Chair, kung talagang stringent yung KYC nila, dapat again, at the get-go, alam na nila kung sino ang mule accounts. And that's a big and bright red flag na hindi sila dapat mag-transact gamit yung ganitong klaseng mga accounts. Kumbaga, there's no excuse for that. There should be no need for corrective measures from BSP. Sila mismo ay dapat hindi gumamit at magpagamit ng ganong accounts. And in any case, sir, Mr. Chair, may mga online gambling platform na sikat kahit pa illegal. Hindi ba red flag na rin yan na napakalaking halaga ang tinatransact sa mga illegal entity na yan?
Yes, Mr. Chair. So, in connection with that, previously we have issued a circular letter to the supervised institutions in 2021 that reminding them and directing them to deal only with gambling and our online gambling businesses that are authorized or licensed by or registered by appropriate government agency, and mandated them to strictly observe customer due diligence. So there's that directive from us, Your Honor. And on top of that, we require that the institutions do regular monitoring of the accounts and flag suspicious transactions. Like, let's say, this account is receiving huge amounts, or if this account is receiving multiple transactions of accounts when the nature of account cannot explain such a a behavior, Your Honor. So they are directed to look more closely into those accounts, and again, if warranted, then they need to close the account.
I think, Senator Ontiveros, we can
Yes, Mr.
ask the e-wallets, they're invited here, the GCash and PayMaya on measures that they have in place so that yung mga illegal sites hindi na pwedeng gamitin itong kanilang ikang e-wallets, GCash and PayMaya. I think they will have their make presentation after.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I will also ask GCash and Paymaya. Just one last point kay Mr. Tangonan
Go
for
ahead.
the Bangko Sentral. Salamat, Mr. Chair. So kung, Mr. Tangonan, kung way back in 2021, nakapaglabas ang Bangko Sentral ng circular letter, then kaya nyo pa rin, or baka lalo na hanggang ngayon, to issue similar, if not stricter, guidelines and regulations. Ano po? In line with the spirit of your quite surprising opening statement, which sounded a lot more well-rounded than the usual banking and finance focus lamang ng mga statements ng Bangko Sentral. And you mentioned consumer protection, of course, anti-money laundering. Pero I was quite surprised, Mr. Chair, ang unang bukang bibig ng statement ng Bangko Sentral was on consumer protection. So, in the interest of consumer protection, the Bangko Sentral would be able to issue similar circular letters na mas mahigpit namang regulasyon dito sa mga online gambling entities, including in terms of their relationship sa mga e-wallets. Tama po ba?
The previous directive, Mr. Chair, is towards those unlicensed or illegal gambling operators. However, it does not preclude providing basic financial services to those that are licensed and considered legitimate businesses, Mr. Chair. Nonetheless, we have been preparing a more stringent regulation on the use of these accounts to make sure that the safeguards that we wanted to guarantee consumer protection would be included in the forthcoming new regulation, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
I look forward to those new and more stringent regulations, Mr.
Mr.
Tangonan, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if given opportunity by the committee, we'll be happy to go through the provisions of the forthcoming regulation, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
All right. Before we let you, we proceed to the e-wallets, let me just ask you, Mr. Tangonan, may we know if the Bangko Sentral is for total ban or regulation of online gambling? What is your position?
Mr. Chair, can I request our General Counsel to address that question?
All right.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Well, as far as the position of the BSP, Mr. Chair, is concerned, our position is that, of course, that we defer to the wisdom of the of Congress, no, on how to proceed with this. In fact, we will be submitting later on a position paper regarding this the pending bills, and we explained there that whether we go for regulation or for banning, there will always be pros and cons with respect to these two different positions, and that's why it is as to which position should be adopted by us. As I said, we will defer to Congress as far as this issue of national concern is involved, Mr. Chair.
All right.
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead.
Attorney Figueroa,
Yes.
since we're talking with the General Counsel, Mr. Chair, meron na po bang nakasuhan o naimbestigahan man lang tungkol dun sa financial muling na binanggit ni Mr. Tangonan kanina?
Meron po we have, as pointed out by DG Mert, we have this AFASA law, the Anti-Financial Accounts Scamming Act, where the law expressly criminalizes and prohibits money muling. It's a relatively new law, Mr. Chair.
I'm familiar with it, sir. We passed it here
Yes,
in the
yes,
Senate.
that's why. So it's a relatively new law po. But there are, as far as I know, already like investigations that are being conducted. I just am not sure if there's. I'm not. I think there's no actual case yet that has been filed. But I believe there are investigations, and as far as those investigations that I'm aware of, I know that. It didn't anymore reach the court level because there has been some kind of sort of like compromise agreement, meaning the banks may have already returned. But to answer your question, as far as I know, there's none yet, as far as I know, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for the information, Mr. Chair. Moving forward, maybe, of course, with its own wisdom, Bangko Sentral can determine, baka be a little less liberal about compromises kasi this has to be
Definitely.
cracked down on
Yes, yes.
because of all the harms that come out of the unregulated nature of online gambling, the use pa of muling within the
Yes.
banking system, Mr. Chair.
We share that view, Mr. Chair. The unit or the department in charge of implementing the AFASA is actually under the Office of the General Counsel. I do share personally that view, and that's why we will definitely implement the law to the full extent, Mr. Chair.
I'm glad.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Before we proceed to the presentation of the e-wallets, GCash, and PayMaya, let me just ask PAGCOR. Meron po bang impact or epekto po nung inalis na po yung mga links na ito sa GCash, sa PayMaya, yung mga sugal? Napansin, may mga nagsasabi ho sa akin na wala na raw po, nawala na yung mga scatter, kung saan-saan na lang. Ngayon parang nabawasan. Meron ho ba talagang impact? Let me ask you, PAGCOR, yung pag-alis ng GCash o ng PayMaya, ng e-wallets ng mga links na ito sa kanilang app?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we confirm po na nagkaroon po ng effect. Based po ito sa income for the 2 weeks after the delinking. So nakaranas po ng around 40 to 50% decline in the income po after po nung delinking from the payment platforms.
In figures pa, meron po kayo, can you translate that in monetary figures? Yung sinasabi niyo 30 to 40%?
Let me get the information, Mr. Chair, and we will provide you po.
You said 30 to 40% ang nawala na naglalaro. Am I correct?
Sa income po,
Sa
Mr.
income.
Chair.
So
Mr. Chair.
ang naging problema yung nabawasan yung income. Yun po yung naging and where did you get this report?
Mula po ito dun po sa data po ng accounting po namin and ng Electronic Gaming Licensing Department po.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Now, I have one last question before we go to you, Senator Risa. May we also ask PAGCOR if the agency is for total ban or regulation before I have to ask you, each agency have to ask. So definitely, you're for regulation, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Chair, gaya po ng nailahad ni Chairman Tenco during the last hearing and during my presentation, PAGCOR's position po is for strict regulation of the industry.
Because you will be losing income if you go for total ban. So, ang gusto ko lang marinig kung ano yung naging epekto, yung pagbubunga nga namin dito noong nakaraan at napilitan yung e-wallets natin na alisin. So, may epekto pala. There is.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
All right. Senator Antiveros?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, follow up lang dun sa point nyo kanina, Chair. Actually, nung August 20, 2025, PAGCOR announced that online gambling transactions fell by as much as 50%, revealing the extent by which online gambling activity is facilitated by the ease of the use of e-wallet. So, 50% ba tulad nung sinabi nyo last month or 30 to 40%? Ano? Bakit parang bumaba?
Ma'am, nung pong simula po, nung pagkakadelink po ng GCash, malaki po talaga yung ibinaba niya, up to 50%. And then, pagkatapos po ng sumunod na linggo, medyo umangat na po ito, kaya po sinasabi namin ngayon na up to 40 to 50% po ang binaba po niya.
Okay,
Ano po,
Senator.
Mr. Chair. Salamat po.
Okay, let's go back to Senator Marcoleta. I'm sorry, Senator Marcoleta. I said earlier that you'll be the first one to ask questions. Go ahead now, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Alam ko po na nag-comply naman yung e-wallet sa directive ng BSP. Ngunit alam din natin na ang gambling sites ay accessible pa rin. Dahil pumunta sila dun sa kanilang mga apps at saka website. At ito naman ay hindi nasakop ng delinking. Tama po ba?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Ang ibig sabihin po, kahit na madiling po yan dun sa kanilang mobile apps, that will not solve the problem dahil pupunta sila sa website
It-
at sa kanilang apps. Tama?
It adds sand on the wheel, so to speak, but it doesn't totally prevent
Kaya nga po,
access to the
they can access through browser or app store o kaya QR code. Yung mga sites nito will be engineered by operators and this will reach freely the users regardless of whether or not they are linked with the e-wallet.
Yes, Your Honor.
So ang ibig sabihin po nito, we must frame the discussion not on the distinction between the legals and the illegals. That will not solve the problem. Kahit na legal po yan or illegal, yung pong sinasabi nating social costs, economic dislocation will be there. We're not solving the problem by just framing the discussion between legal and illegals. Kailangan po talaga kontrolado natin at source. Then nga po natin kailangan yung regulator, yung PAGCOR. Otherwise, we will be, again, barking the wrong tree. Tingnan po ninyo, nag-comply na po yung e-wallet. I believe that that compliance is also one mode of safeguard. Pero dahil hindi naman talaga totally nawala, dahil nga online gambling continues to exist because yung kanilang website, yung apps nila, and even advertising remain through multiple channels. Meron po silang app store, social media, offshore servers. Ito pong offshore servers na to, it is beyond our jurisdiction. It's beyond regulation. Kaya magkakaproblema ito eh. So, ang kailangan po dito, the real solution, Mr. Chair, is holding the operators accountable for access, advertising, player protection, and more importantly, in empowering regulators and the internet service providers to block illegal sites at the internet level. Kapag hindi po natin ginawa ito, wala pong mangyayari. Madam PAGCOR, ang itatanong po namin sa inyo, nag-comply na po yung e-wallets with that delinking. What concrete measures are you now undertaking to regulate the illegal or operators at the very source? Ano pong ginagawa ninyo?
Your Honor, may I seek clarification on the meaning of at the very source?
Ang source po talaga, di ba, yung nasabi ko na to nung una pa eh. Yung mga websites po, let's say yung Google Play, yung Apple Store.
Okay. Mr. Chair, unang-una pong ginawa po namin dyan because as a regulator po ng gambling, hindi po namin ito nasasakupan. Kaya po lumapit po kami sa mga agencies gaya ng Department of Information and Communications Technology, the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Council, National Telecommunications Commission para po sa pagbablock nitong mga websites na ito. Kasi po, ang NTC po, ang agency po na merong power over the internet service providers. So kami po ay regular na nakikipag-ugnayan sa kanila at nagbibigay ng listahan ng mga illegal websites as well as legal websites para po epektibo po nilang mablock itong mga illegal websites na po ito na nagpapalaro po or nakikita dito po sa Pilipinas.
Salamat naman, Mr. Chair, at inamin po nila na wala silang magagawa kung pinag-uusapan yung source. Kasi po, yung gambling platforms are still freely accessible kahit nasa simple Google search or Facebook ad na dapat sana nare-regulate. Ito po ang malinaw, Mr. Chair, na hindi nyo mare-regulate ito. Hahanap po kayo ng tulong either sa DICT o sa NTC in blocking access. Hindi po ba, lalo na sa mga unlicensed. Ngayon, doon pupunta talaga rito. Ngayon, is the NTC or the DICT talagang nasa posisyon ba na gawin ito? Siguro, mapupunta na tayo doon sa pagtatanong, what is DICT or NTC doing or role in blocking access to unlicensed online gambling websites and apps? Kasi doon lang po ang gagawin ninyo. Doon lang kayo makakapunta. Yun lang ang makakatulong sa inyo. So we will not be able to do this unless you go and ask for the help of the DICT and the NTC. And how fast, for example, can the NTC or the DICT implement a takedown or blocking orders from PAGCOR or DOJ? Kunwari, nag-flag ang DOJ. How fast can that takedown be implemented, Mr. Chair?
I think the CICC should be the right agency that we have to ask for. They're under the DICT.
So
Can you answer
how
that?
can the CICC, Mr. Chair, do that? For example, how fast can you implement the takedown or blocking orders once PAGCOR or the DOJ make the plug?
With the permission of the chair, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, it's within 24 to 48 hours after we receive a complaint and verified complaint. For example, in the case po ng PAGCOR po, no, humihingi ho tayo ng certification kasi sila ho yung regulators ng mga legal na websites. Outside those legal websites, hihingi ho sila ng tulong ho sa DICT, CICC at NTC para i-block ho to. Within 24 to 48 hours so, na ibablock naman ho natin tong sites na to within our Philippine jurisdiction po, Mr. Chair.
So Mr. Chair, the CICC is in a position to take down or block in 24 hours?
Correct, Mr. Chair. Yung pag-websites po, Mr. Chair.
Are there penalties or sanctions for internet service providers if they fail to comply?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The NTC, being the regulators of these internet service providers and as well as mobile network operators, have jurisdiction and regulation powers over them and can penalize them for non-compliance.
And what are these penalties?
They range from fines po to the revocation of the licenses of these ISPs and mobile network operators.
Meron
Mr. Chair.
ba, Mr. Chair, na capability ang DICT or the NTC? Meron siyang capability to block? Meron ba siyang tools?
Right now, Mr. Chair, we are happy to inform you that we have successfully blocked more than 10,000 sites, illegal gambling sites, Mr. Chair. So we have the tools, Mr. Chair.
So, masasabi nyo, Mr. Chair, na talagang meron kayong capability, meron kayong tools, either to block or monitor yung legal at saka to block and take down the illegals?
Mr. Chair, as to blocking, we have the capabilities. As to the monitoring, that's where we would encounter some challenges, especially the automation of that monitoring system, Mr. Chair.
Are you sure na merong blocking capability? Yun ang importante. Lalo na yung illegal. You have more than, let's say, 7,000 illegal gambling sites, gambling platforms. Talaga bang merong tools to block them?
Mr. Chair, we have what we call the protective DNS or domain name server, Mr. Chair, that can block these sites within the Philippine jurisdiction. Bigyan ko lang ho ng konteksto. Pag nasa loob ho natin, papablock natin doon sa mga mobile network operators natin, sa mga ISPs natin, doon sa jurisdiction ho natin. Pero outside our country, or kung halimbawa po, gumamit ho ng VPNs, makikita nyo pa rin ho itong mga sites na to, Mr.
Kaya
Chair.
nga, yung sinasabi mo, Philippine jurisdiction. Paano yung offshore servers? Wala tayong jurisdictions. Can you regulate them?
Definitely not, Mr. Chair. We don't have
Kaya nga, ang pinag-uusapan natin, tools. Kanina, you're very, very confident na sinasabi mo kaya nating i-block or take down the illegal sites. Gumamit sila offshore eh. Paano ang gagawin natin yan? Yun ang marami. Dito lamang sa binigay sa akin na listahan ng mga beneficial owners, there are foreign sounding names here. Hindi ko nga alam kung they have complied with the first 40% equity requirement based on our laws.
Mr. Chair, para lang ho maging klaro yung explanation natin. Even if they're foreign or the back end or yung mga signal is coming from abroad, pag blinak ho natin dito, yun ho yung keyword eh, ibablock natin na makita naman kababayan natin na nag-access through the mobile network operators or ng mga ISP or internet service providers ho natin. Pero ho, pag ang tinatanong nyo ho is kung na-take down or na-down ho natin yung site, hindi ho natin na-down yung site. Wala ho tayong capability nga ho.
Kaya nga, don't you think that we should have that capability? We should have acquired such a system.
Mr. Chair, I think mahabang ko pa sa pinto regarding jurisdiction din ho. Kasi halimbawa ho, ang mga kumpanyang ito na located sa ibang bansa, nakarehistro sa ibang bansa. Gaya na ho ng isang illegal gambling website dito ho sa atin, nakaregister ho sa, pwede siya maglisensya, provide ng internet gaming sa ibang bansa. So, it's also a matter of jurisdiction. If, Mr. Chair, to answer the question squarely, if you are asking if we should acquire that capability, I would agree, Mr. Chair. We should acquire that capability, Mr.
Senator
Chair.
Marcoleta, let me just interfere there. Yung sinasabi namin dito, yung isang prime example, yung 1xBet, napakalaking advertiser. Akala ko legit. Lahat ng mga tao akala legit itong 1xBet na gamit pa isang basketball tournament. Ay yung pala illegal. Mabuti nilang tinake down nila because after the committee informed them, sumunod naman, tinake down and they were informed na kailangan magparehistro muna sila sa PAGCOR, which they haven't done yet so far. So paano ito? Tuloy-tuloy itong operation ng 1xBet. Ano ang plano rito? Anong gagawin natin dito?
Mr. Chair, I already have a report that we have taken down 3 sites of 1xBet. Nag-comply na ho yung mga mobile network operators natin since September 12 of itong taon na ho na to. Na-monitor natin, nag-comply ho yung mga mobile network operators ho natin. So again, dito sa ating jurisdiction, dito sa Pilipinas, hindi na ho dapat sila nakikita ng ating mga kababayan unless gumamit ho sila ng VPN. Ngayon,
Interjection, Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of Senator Marcoleta. Salamat, Mr. Chair. Yun nga po, so kapag gumamit sila ng VPN, na gagana pa rin yung website sa ngayon?
tama po, Madam Chair.
So that's why kailangan natin yung sinasabi niyong teknolohiyang yon. In the same way na nung pinag-usapan yung VPN dyan sa ating national grid, sinabi na kailangan natin yung teknolohiya i-override yon in effect para proteksyonan yung kuryente natin sa Pilipinas. In the same way, kapag yung mga foreign-owned na entities na yan, online gambling operators, gumamit ng VPN, we need the capacity here in country para proteksyonan yung ating mga kababayan from the effects lalo na of gambling addiction. We need the technology for that capacity.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the capability to override those VPNs would help a lot, not only with illegal gambling, but also OSAIC, SISAM cases, scam cases po. Marami hong magagawa sana yung capability na ganun, Madam Chair.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Senator Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Inamin mo kanina na kailangan natin talagang magkaroon ng capability, magkaroon ng tools para sa ganun either to monitor or take down or block, lalo na yung illegal gambling sites. Ang totoo niyan, ang PAGCOR naman hindi naman kumikita dyan sa mga illegals na yan, di ba? So, dapat talaga meron tayong capability. What does it take to get that capability? Yung tools, yung system. Para wala na tayong pag-uusapan because there are only two options here. Ayaw naman ni Chair na totally ban dahil hindi naman kikita yung PAGCOR. Alam naman natin kahit papano yung PAGCOR nakakatulong sa maraming ahensya ng ating pamahalaan. Let's not debate with that. Ang ating problema talaga, kahit na legal o illegal, yung social ills nandyan talaga. Yun ang ating problema. So para wag na kaming magtalo kung ban o regulation, regulation is okay kung nakaka-regulate talaga. That's why ang contention dito, are we in a position to regulate? Kaya nga ang PAGCOR, kaya hinahanap kahit si Senator Risa, hinahanap si Altenco. Ako rin na hinahanap ko talaga siya dahil siya yung bida rito, siya pa yung wala. kumbaga sa prosecution, nasa fiscal tayo, Chair, kompleto tayo eh. Yung biktima nandito, yung mga witnesses nandito, yung akusado ang wala. Kaya sa susunod na pagdinig sana, Mr. Chair, talagang gusto kong makita rito si Mr. Altenco eh. Alam ko, he is now being represented by so many ladies and gentlemen here, pero dapat nandito siya eh. Ito, kamukha nito, regulation ang ating pinag-uusapan na I think this is the more practical way to monitor siguro. Kasi kung total ban, pare-pareho na tayong mawawalan talaga. Although, tama rin naman yun, Mr. Chair.
Senator Marcoleta, let me just correct you on that point. Now, up to now, some members of this committee are still for total banning. Titignan po muna natin ang pros and cons. But, well, yung iba, yung mga nag-file dito for regulation, may mga kasamaan tayo na for regulation, then they're for regulation. Pero ako at si Senator Ontiveros, we're still for total banning. So we're looking for ways. Si Senator Ontiveros, strict regulation dahil nakakatulong ang PAGCOR sa UHC, sa Universal Healthcare. Pero this representation would like to emphasize that I'm still for total banning. Pero may mga kasamahan ho kami dito. So we're still conducting this hearing to see the pros and cons. Diba? Kung total banning, may kita tayong hindi maganda. Kung regulation din, may maganda rin pero may mga hindi maganda. So that's my stand. Go ahead, continue please.
Thank you,
Senator
Mr. Chair.
Marcoleta.
Ako, ang inclination ko talaga is total ban. Kaya lang, kinukonsider ko rin naman yung strict regulation. Kung halimbawa, mapapanagutan ng PAGCOR, sila yung regulator dito eh. Kaya I am more serious in asking you kung, okay, papayag kami strict regulation, provided meron tayong capability to regulate. That's why I'm asking you, can we put up a system, a system of regulation na yan ang kailangan naman natin. And how much or what does it take in order for us to get and secure that system?
With the permission of the Chair. Mr. Chair, kaya ho, may mga technology providers tayo na magbibigay ho sa atin ng, especially ho, ang importante ho dyan, not only yung blocking, yung monitoring ho talaga ang importante dyan, yung constant monitoring. Bilang ho, halimbawa, yung binanggit ho natin kanina, nag-take down na tayo ng 1xBet, 3 iterations of 1xBet. Nakikita ho natin, may mga nakapila na silang ibang mga websites na nakahanda para pumasok ho sa market natin. At hindi naman tumitigil ang